love the beginning of the song Cornerstone. It gets me every time. Hey, this is Gordon with Hope and Numbers. I love to make memories with memory verses. That's one way I can remember tons of verses, because I make a memory with it and I tend never to forget it. Well, today's date is 4/11. When I think of 4/11, it reminds me of the Bible verse from Acts 4:11, which it says, Jesus is the stone the builders rejected, and he has now become the cornerstone. That verse is fire in and of itself. They wrote a whole song that we're playing in the background right now. But what is a cornerstone? The cornerstone is like this picture right here. Do you see this little yellow brick? It's the first of many bricks on the foundation of, like a building or this pyramid here, but it's any foundation that you're trying to build. It's the first, and everything after that is how the next stone gets placed by that, the next stone gets placed by that. But the cornerstone is the most important. It leads the rest of the stones and where to go to give it this most solid foundation ever. And Jesus, one translation says Jesus is the cornerstone, but it says he's the chief cornerstone in other parts of the Bible. And so he is the chief, he is the main cornerstone. We gotta seek him first, we put him first, and then the rest of our foundation comes after that. He's gotta be first, just like Matthew 6:33, it says, seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, he'll give you everything you need if you put him first. Well, the cornerstone, Jesus has to be your cornerstone in your life. You can't be building your life on sports or money or media or anything other than Jesus Christ. If it's anything but Jesus, it could even be good things like family. If that's first, that's taken the first position, and that's not the sickest foundation you could have or the strongest foundation. Jesus has to be the cornerstone, and everything has to be placed after that to have the most solid foundation possible in your faith where you're unshakable. Jesus even talks about a solid foundation, going into that a little bit from the Sermon on the Mount, where he talks about in Matthew 7:24 and 25, it says, if anyone who listens to me and you put my words into practice, you're like a man who builds his house on a rock. The storms came, the wind blew, coronavirus hit, but you stood firm because your house was built on the rock. It goes on to say, there's another man or another person that built his house on the sand, and the storms came, the wind blew against the house, corona hit, and it knocked him down because their life was built on the sand. And so the analogy is you got to build your life on the foundation of Jesus Christ. We all know this, it's super easy to remember, but today's date is super sick about he's a cornerstone, which is the most essential stone at the beginning of the foundation. Take a look at this picture. It says Jesus Christ is the chief cornerstone. So is he the cornerstone in your life? Who's laying your foundation, and who's the first? It can be your whole life, but also every day. You should wake up by putting Jesus first in your foundation for the day to live that sick fire life for Jesus Christ. So that's how Hope and Numbers work. You make memories with memory verses, and you tend never to forget the verse. So hopefully this helped sink this verse in for you. Hope and Numbers will take Bible verses you can seem to never remember where they are and turn them into ones you'll never forget, and then you can start seeing them all over the world. License plate, jersey numbers, time of day. So that's today's date, 4/11. Remember Acts 4:11. Jesus is the stone the builders rejected. He's now the cornerstone. He is the center. He's everything. So build your life on that rock, and I guarantee it's going to change your life, and you will not crumble during any disease, any kind of sickness, any worry or doubt. He can get you through it. So it's super sick. So follow Hope and Numbers. Continue to follow. Continue to tell the people about it till the day we die. Let's lift the name of Jesus high.